Hello, people of the internet. My name is Mia Cotton, and welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome. Last we left off, we had a very interesting conversation with Andrew, who was the son of the vice chairman of Anderson Toys, who apparently wants to take over as CEO. I tried to be friends with him, but then my dad stepped in and had to be a gigantic butt. I can't curse in the first minute, because reasons. Okay, but now we're coming to the end of this housewarming party, and I'm just ready for it to end, because I hate my fake dad. Hey. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
What? Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up, and you'll be a good CEO.
Oh, right.
All right. Your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and Suzu need to leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
Okay, I'm 18 and living in my own house, but okay, yeah, sure, tell me what to do. All right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Okay, right, see ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Okay, Mom. Will do. Yeah, and suddenly they all appeared, as if out of nowhere. Burping. Excuse me. All four of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, exhausted. Phew, that was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Shut the fuck up, Sam.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
She handled herself the best she could.
As expected, princess.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
Hush, Sam.
I don't like you. Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find
no.
you little shits after all.
Yeah, fuck. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine, and not the good kind. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air and into my ears. I looked around, panicked alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Okay.
Sure. Are you really sure?
What is happening? All of a shudder head towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. Oh my god! Skin as red as blood, eyes black as night. It's not Snow White. He's not as cool as Snow White. It's got it all mixed up! Eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes and a pistol in his hand. I saw a monster! And another monster, who was way cuter than the other guy. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his... Can you tell? It's all red. Around his neck, he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Aw, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
Boy.
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. What the fuck just happened? We all gasped in shock, essentially expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but...
What the fuck?
What?
I don't... That should have been a headshot. What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shot as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over again in aggravation. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
I don't know. Please get out of my house.
This place is protected.
What?
Did you say, shrimp?
Hey, he's taller than you. Shut up, man.
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
I'm sorry? What?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Wait, a gun is hellborn magic? What kind of bullets are these? The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared in the... Okay, so it was a magic gun. What? I don't want you to leave.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
What? His name is Malix. Oh, he's a bad boy. Well, I mean, he is a bad boy. He tried to shoot somebody I kind of care about in the face. Malix, that was his name, as was previously established. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protected barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Wait, then how come you're able to use your powers here? Are you not from hell? Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
What's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
I don't know. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself in between Malix and the boys. With no... that sounds like a really weird, indie band. Malix and the boys! With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Fuck off! Malix suddenly laughed wildly, staring at me in disbelief.
Whoa! Let the bitch out of her cage! What is this? A reverse harem or something?
Yeah. Stop laughing! You're a part of this reverse harem too. Well, you're not part of it. You're in the vicinity of the reverse harem. Malix grinned at me evilly, walking close to me. Duck. I ducked underneath Malix's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple steps back from Malix. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malix with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Back off, Malix!
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
I'm not the one guarding it. It's the hat.
Shut up!
Weren't you paying attention?
Oh, did I make little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
I'm going to rip your pair off if you don't get the fuck out of my house.
Enough, Malix.
The woman who had been standing in silence the whole time planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and a glare that could kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
Oh, so you're also you're a misogynist in general, not just to the people you don't like. Oh, I don't like you even more now.
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't!
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense the fire would glow from under their teeth. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Okay, whoever the voice actor is for this character did a very good job. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
You need a tic-tac. You're way too close. With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa! Are you alright?
No! No, I am not! Why does weird shit keep happening to me? Why was he here?
Closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
You should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't help myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
There's a difference? A devil, there's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the Abyssal Planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know. It's hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
Oh, so they're going by D&D rules. Okay. I understand. I understand now. They're speaking a language I can understand.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons like us know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
Oh, neat. So much exposition! This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic, oh my, all existed and I happened to land in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
What? Okay, so then why can you... Okay, so devil magic doesn't work, but demon magic does? I'm very confused. Don't know the rules of this world. I couldn't believe my ears. It was the third day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
Aww, I have protectors. But I'm also very concerned about the fact that I have this weird aura around me. But what about going outside? Won't he?
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Oh, neat.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
He had a magic gun! How's that gonna help? Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. To the library! At least I had time. No, to bed then. To the library tomorrow! I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never been able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? They're only staying until after they defeat Malix. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix, as I just said out loud. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. What? The question was then, would I want them to leave? If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. I get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I have to. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have to hide away from my I have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
Who are you?
You're so important to me.
Who is this?
I swear I'll give my life to you.
What?
Please, let me love you.
I'll be by your side, always.
I can't imagine living without you.
I want to be with you.
I love you.
Oh my god. I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. What is happening? 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. Mood. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Let's explore the house. Exploring! I decided it would be a good idea to wander around the house. I never really explored it much as a child, so there were bound to be new surprises. Well, come on, feet, let's go on an adventure. Am I just staring at my feet? I stood and exited my room, hoping that the boys were still asleep. I began to wander the halls to my end of the house, opening each door to find what room each door led to. God, Quickly, I found an old office. A desk and chair sat by the far side as a large bookshelf of documents and memorabilia dawned in its nooks and crannies. Holy God, why can I not read? There were a couple of pictures of me growing up peeking from the shelf as I walked further into the room. I don't believe I've been in here before. I tried to recall memories of seeing this room, coming up with nothing as a result. This room was new to me. Did I want to disturb the furniture? Hey, furniture, chair, desk, wake up! I'm curious. It was a bad joke. I gently opened the shelves and any drawers I saw in the room, and a couple of them were books and even sewing kits. I assumed they were used for my grandfather's toys, so I left them alone. One drawer, however, was locked, no matter how many times I pulled. Come on, open! Nothing. It would not budge. The drawer beside it, though, did, revealing a laptop. Why is there a laptop in a drawer? I don't know, because it fit in there. I lifted it from the drawer and carried it over to the desk in a chair, opening it. It was a high-tech laptop with a retina scanner as a pass lock. I was not sure whether or not to try and unlock it or not. You know, screw it. Let's try it. What? I decided to try. I turned on the computer and leaned my face near the retina scanner, lining the camera up with my eye. To my surprise, I heard a ping come from the computer before the screen opened to a desktop. Huh, look at that. On the desktop were documents and folders labeled with different aspects of the Anderson Company. Taxes, profits, bylaws, products. The list went on and on. If I really did want to become the CEO of Anderson Toys Company, I had everything about it right at my fingertips. Dad would sure be impressed. On the icon, one icon, however, stood out from the rest. Virago? I double-clicked the icon, but no window came up. Instead, I heard a large click coming from the drawer that was locked. What the... Secret society stuff. I slowly left my seat and walked over to the drawer, attempting to open it again. It slid open smoothly in the direction of my pulling hand, revealing two books. One was a plain black journal with a tie to keep it closed. The other was bound in leather with cryptic symbols all over the cover. I took out the journal and skimmed through it, seeing my grandfather's notes. They were all detailed explanations and opinions on his findings on demon magic. He really did know about magic. Ooh. I think this might be the grandfather's theme. Ooh. I sat down at the desk and read through the journal further, finding drawings and sketches of symbols and magic circles, each with their own different meaning and effects. It was all fascinating. There was even a page of important spells to know. I read through them, trying to memorize them into my mind. I don't know what came over me, but I started to feel more energetic and more powerful simply by reading my grandfather's notes. I was suddenly aware of the energy surrounding my body and the power that was around the house. The more I read, the more powerful I became. I'm becoming a wizard! However, my mind suddenly froze and I found myself walking back to the drawer, putting the book back and closing the drawer. The lock reset and I snapped out of it. What the fuck? What? I shook my head and looked at the drawer, realizing what I had done. I walked over to the desk to reopen the lock, but suddenly felt the need to stop. Something held me back and didn't want me to pry anymore that I already had. What is happening? I was curious beyond belief, but I obeyed my thoughts for now. Eventually I would come back and look at it. What was happening? Was I possessed? I already have to deal with enough demons and devils and shit in my daily life. I don't need this nonsense. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning dragged me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday, and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes, back to... Do I just talk to my body parts? I'm just speaking to all of my body parts. Eyes, go to sleep, even though that would technically fall on Brain's job. Brain, go to sleep. Enter sleep mode. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? How long was I in the library? Oh boy. I sighed and changed into normal clothes and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sundays were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? Okay, I think that might be a good place to leave it because we're leaving some stuff in suspense for now. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. We are going to continue this in the very next episode. If you enjoy this series, please remember to subscribe to get notifications for when I post next, and I will see you all next time. Peace!